prospecting, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We're hunting for some sapphires. That's right, that really rare gemstone that everyone likes looking at. We've got a bag, well, hopefully of them. We'll give you a little bit of a detail, a little bit of a rundown before we jump into it so that you understand where these have come from and what this is all about. I went on a trip to Queensland recently, to Far North Queensland, should I say. And up in Far North Queensland, I was able to attend a quite special event called GEMFEST. Now, GEMFEST was the Southern Hemisphere's largest gem festival right up until COVID. And unfortunately, COVID, the lockdowns, the rules around it all dictated that it was not possible to continue running. And unfortunately, it meant that they lost a serious amount of patronage. Now, Rodney and Sarah jumped on board and took on GEMFEST in 2024. It's the first year that it was back, and they decided that they wanted to give it a red hot crack because they're in the industry, they're very passionate about it, and they wanted it to be a success. And so they ultimately put in an ungodly amount of work to get this back up and running. And the whole point of it was so that they could have an opportunity to show off what people were finding there. This is a community of sapphire and gemstone miners. This is a community of gemstone cutters, jewelers, people that have highly skilled trades. And to have GEMFEST back up and running meant that they would be able to showcase that to the world. And so the first year was a pretty good success. We had several thousand people come through the gates. I was lucky enough to be up there with my service dog Fern and with my partner, and we got shown around the gem fields. We got to attend the event. It was the best event I have ever attended, not just in gold and sapphire hunting, just period, the best event that I've ever been to. And so I really want to encourage everyone to check out GEMFEST. I will update the description and whatnot down below after I finish the stream. I wasn't quite there. A few things went haywire. Anyway, we digress. The point of doing this live stream, though, is this. It's this bag right here. Oh, now, you may or may not follow me on Facebook, and if you do, you will have seen me sieve this bag for gemstones. So I've already gone through this bag once as a single shot video on my Facebook page. Again, I'll link that after the stream. But I was told by Rodney when I did it that my technique was terrible and there's probably a lot more sapphires in this bag. Now, this bag was a paid-up bag that you could purchase. I bought two of them. This is one of them. Now, this comes with, that's so heavy, it's full of limestone. The idea of sapphire hunting, sapphire mining, from what I learned when I was up there, and I'm sure there are going to be some sapphire miners in here that that are going to tell me that I'm wrong. But the short of it is that you're hunting ancient riverbeds and ancient lake beds in a volcanic area. So the volcanoes have come up, they've produced all these minerals, all these gemstones, all these crystals, and then they've dumped all of that onto the ground. Now, just 1 minute, we've got some technical difficulties. We'll just see if this fixes them. Hopefully it does. So they've dumped all the sapphires, the zircons, the rubies, the garnets. They're just all dumped on the ground. And these guys are chasing the ancient alluvial streams so that they can find them. Now, sapphires are denser than a lot of other things like brain fail for a second. They're denser than things like quartz. So the long and the short of it is you can concentrate them similar to gold. So what they do is they'll go down, they'll dig their ancient river wash, they'll look for the pug layer, the layer that has that high concentration of heavies like your ironstone. They'll bring it back to the surface because most of them are mining underground. And then they process them by washing them, classifying them, and jigging them. So once they're washed and clean, that means that you can see the actual rock beneath. And then classifying them allows the density to come together. So if you've got rocks that are too big mixed with rocks that are really fine, you won't be able to get them to move at the same rate. So you will lose a whole bunch of possible good quality stones and whatnot. Then they will jig them, and the jigging can be done manually or by a machine. And the manual jigging is what you might have seen me do on Facebook, where you get a tight classifier, that's a very tight sieve, like 1/8 inch or smaller, and then you're putting your classified material in there and you're pulsating it in water, shaking it side to side, and then turning it. And what this does is the pulsing forces everything to the bottom, and the shaking forces everything together. When you're doing that, eventually all of your heaviest material, including your sapphires and your zircons, should be centered in your sieve. You flip that over and you can literally just use your eyes to see them. You can pick them up. The jig does the same thing. It's just automated. So they usually use a pulsing water, something to do with pulsing water. There's multiple different setups that I saw while I was on the gem fields, but essentially it's exactly the same thing. It's just done by a machine. Right. Today, we're not doing jigging. The reason we're not doing jigging is because it takes a little bit too much water and whatnot for the capacity that I have here. We're literally going to be doing it by eye. So we're going to put the rocks on my light board. We'll see how the camera goes with the light board. If that doesn't work, that's fine. We'll use the bench. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to literally pick them out. I've got some sapphires here that already came out of the bag. I did give a couple of these sapphires away, so there isn't as many as there probably should be, but we digress. The last thing I've got before we jump into tipping this bag out is that I am trying to raise money for Integra service dogs through a brand new product that I've got up on my website, which is Unsearched Sapphire Wash. Now, I am in the process of getting this sort of solidified in terms of getting a regular supply from people up in Far North Queensland. But for now, when I was up there, I talked to multiple different people, and one of the people that came to the table was Better Ridge Sapphires. They essentially, I went around asking people if I could buy concentrates off them so that you could get the same experience that we're about to do in your own house. I've got some cons here that I'm going to show you in a second from what I procured from them. Now, it must be said that this was a very expensive trip. Traveling around Australia is very, very difficult. So there's, unfortunately, this lot, there's almost no profit in them at all. And what profit we are going to get is going to go directly to Integra service dogs. So the 10% profit margin that's on top of them is going to be donated directly to Integra service dogs, either when all of the gem wash bags sell or on the 1st of September. So in about a week's time or a week and a half's time. That will be done on video. So long story short, these unsearched paydirt bags come from Better Ridge. I have done a bunch of testing with it to make sure that every time you open a bag, you get gemstones. I can guarantee you're going to get gemstones, and a lot of them from it. There's a very limited supply. I don't know how possible it is going to be able to do this again. So if you want one, now's your chance. Let's have a look at the cons. So these cons here, we'll flip the camera around. These cons here are from Better Ridge's mine. Now, look at that straight away. This is unsearched. This is just their smaller material that's been dumped out of their processing. And, you literally tip it in and you can just go through it any way you want. Like sieves, pans, go through by hand. You can see how dirty the water is. Like, it's clearly not being cleaned. It's just gone straight from their mine into bags and it can go to you. And these, like, I'm going to try and prop this up so I can do this. I'm doing it one-handed at the moment like an idiot. Look at this. Look at them. They're bloody brilliant. There's that one there. There's another one just here. If I could pick it up. You got one there, one there, one there, one there. Heaps of them. Dozens and dozens of gemstones in every bag. So the bags look like this. Same exact bag as the slobber bag, same amount, but you're dealing with gemstones instead of gold. Very, very interesting thing to get your hands on. I would say not many people in the world have ever actually experienced something like that. But for now, let us have a look at this. Now, obviously, the camera might
screw around with the picture quality because we're looking at something that's primarily white. So I'm going to try and back the camera up a little bit so it's got a bit of contrast between the lot. This is some of the sapphires that we pulled out and recovered from the gem wash bag we're about to do. Look at that. They stand out because the primary con that they're coming out with is ironstone. And like, it's hard to, it's actually, oh, there you go. You can actually see some of the clarity there. They are clear rocks. Not all of them. Beautiful rocks, like unbelievable to look at. It was interesting talking to all the miners up there about pricing and how they price them. There's a lot of opinion about how to price these sort of stones, and you know, they're not as rare as you would think. You're really looking for the exceptional one, as opposed to like gold, we're looking for quantity of gold. They've got quantity of stone. It's just that they're looking for that one stone that's really, really different. You know, good clarity or great color or both or size. And that's the difference, right? So that's what we're looking for today. And I think it's about time we actually get into it. So we're going to bring a pay dirt bag over. Now, again, I can't see comments, guys. I can't at the moment. I'm not on a computer or on my phone. And I did drop my phone in the water the other day, so if the audio is terrible, that would be why. So I do not know what to expect from this. I am not going to do it wet. These rocks have already been washed once on film on my Facebook channel, so we're literally going to go handful by handful, pick through, and just make sure that there isn't anything that I missed. Now, Rodney said that I most definitely missed some because there should have been more for the carat weight that was a minimum guarantee in this concentrates. So these are real mine cons, but they've added, like I do to my pay dirt, I add a minimum guarantee. Nothing in that one. And he was like, oh, that's probably about half of what you should have got. So in theory, there should be more in here. I mean, I might have got them all. And maybe poor Rodney hadn't slept for 2 days, so maybe he was off it a little bit. I don't know. You see that, like, how iron rich the cons actually are. These cons are literally all ironstone. Like, it's the same method as what we do prospecting for gold. Exactly the same method. We're just going to make absolutely sure. So we should actually start from one side and move over. Oh, there's one. Hey, we got one. He was right. Look at that. That is a sapphire. They stand out, eh? They really do stand out. So that's a sapphire. It's raw. Try to see if it's transparent at all. Oh, yes. No. It's definitely transparent. Again, it'll always be hard to show you transparency on a camera just because of how the auto adjustment goes. Look at that. That's neat. All right, so we found one. We shall put that with the others over here. I'll make these all wet at the end and you'll really be able to see the difference. But I should show you that at the start, right? So like a piece of ironstone and a sapphire, massive difference. It doesn't really matter which piece of ironstone you grab. They stand out. They got that luster to them. Very, very different. Right, so we are definitely going to carefully go through this. Because knowing my luck, I'll throw some away. The big thing too that I discovered while I was up there is that they like these to be not wet. So many of them don't. Like, they seem to pick them out a lot easier when they're not wet, which is why I'm doing it this way. Part of the reason why I'm doing it this way. I'm very happy we got one, though. All right. Imagine if that was the only one that I missed. Imagine. See, he says, Rodney and Sarah both said they stand out. But I am colorblind. So the luster is the only thing I've got to go off too. They're unusual, hey? Look at that. If I can get it to focus. There we go. Nice, interesting volcanic rock. So once again, the paid-up bags are up. They're $25, so they're pretty affordable. And we'll be able to raise some money for Integra service dogs, which has been a massive positive impact in my life. So if you would like to help them out, there's one, or there's something. I'm guessing that's just a bit of quartz. I'm guessing that's just a bit of quartz. You always question yourself when you start doing something you haven't done before. Like sapphire hunting, gemstone hunting for me is very new. But I mean, at the end of the day, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. A lot of people walk around with rocks that they think are amazing, and you might not think so. Is what I learned while I was up there. Yet someone else will love it. So, no, that's just ironstone. It's just that shiny luster. As I said, because I'm colorblind, that shiny luster is all I've got to work off. Better off checking the shiny luster than not. All right. Turn my light board off. There we go. I shudder to think what some of the professional miners who do this are thinking right now with me just very slowly picking through these stones. But we all start somewhere. Very interesting rock. Super interesting rock. God, there's got to be more than that one that I missed. Surely. He said I did a terrible job. He said I had like a 35% recovery rate. But again, sleep-deprived Rodney, that poor guy. I've never seen a man work himself to death like that before. I went to bed and he was still up doing stuff for the show at like almost midnight. And then I woke up in the morning at 7 and he was still going in the same spot. Is that one? No, that's definitely ironstone. I got very excited there for a second, but no, ironstone it is. So after we do this, we're going to do one of those gemstone bags that I got from Better Ridge, because what I want to know, like truly, is how much is going to come out of them, because I can look in the pan and every time I've done a spoonful, there's been a lot. But actually doing one and seeing what it's like is going to be, I think, the best way. That's the first thing. Hey, look, if we got them all, like I said, there was more, I gave some away, but if we got them all, I'll be happy with that, because it means I didn't do too bad of a job, or I lost them in the barrel. That's always a possibility too. See, it's rocks like this that get me. Is it? We'll just dip it in some water and have a look, shall we? Nah, that's iron. That's iron. Now, I know that you can use different lights. Like I know that they can use UV lights and torches and whatnot to look behind them. The problem for me with UV lights is they don't glow. They don't have any effect because of my eyes. So again, I'm a little bit limited in this. It is what it is. What can you do? I was born this way. We got one straight off the bat though. Peaking early, it's the same as gold prospecting. If you peak early, you might as well just go home, right? Because I wonder if it's any different if we turn that off. Oh, it's actually way easier with it off. Holy crap. Yeah, let's just leave that off. Wow, why didn't I do that at the start? Dumb, dumb, dumb. Oh, you don't know what you don't know, right? Yeah, all right. That's way easier though. That's good. We're only doing a little bit at a time because I found that visually, I'm pretty certain that's just a bit of quartz, eh? We'll just get rid of that. That doesn't... I'm pretty sure I've got millions of bits of quartz floating around my house and in my backyard. There's one. There's one. Look at that. We got one. Nice. That's sweet. Real happy about that. So I did do a terrible job. There's more of them in here. Hey, and another one. Ah, it's a little one. Hey! That's cool. That's real cool. Happy about that. All right. So way easy with the lights off. That's the first thing. Is that another one? Oh, we hit a pocket. I call that a pocket. This must be what people feel like when they do gold pay dirt. Gold doesn't excite me that much anymore, right? Because like I do it every day. So to do something different, that's neat. All right, that was a good pour. That was a real good pour. I don't know how many rocks are meant to be in here. I can't remember how many carats. I know it was over 100. It was like 130 or 180, which is a big difference between those two numbers. I can already see one. I can already see one. I can already see one. Man, did we miss some. Look at that. Right there. Right there. That's a crusty looking one. That looks like something I picked out of my nose after a hard day of hard rock mining. Neat. Neat, neat, neat. Spread them all out. Try and get them all flat. Flat. Wow, that might have actually been the only one in that. Oh, ooh, no, that's just a bit of. Oh, no, I take that back, actually. I thought that was a bit of. That's one. That is one. They do stand out. I thought it was a bit of ironstone that had fractured because you often get that shiny face to them. That's really neat. So they were only selling these bags for 40 bucks a pop. Like that's pretty, I reckon that's good value. There's good value for the fun that you get out of it. For sure. I'm just being careful now. I wonder how many more I threw away because of using the light. I don't know. We could always go back through it again. We had to. I don't think there's any more in there. Come on, colorblind Chris, you can do this. Oh, that was a greedy pour. That was a very greedy pour. We don't want to be doing greedy pours now, do we? Ah, no, turn off. There's hell no, we're not. I'm going to unplug you, actually. Absolutely not. We don't need light. Is that one? Oh, whoa. Yeah. Wow, this started off real slow, but this got good. That's wicked. That's neat. I don't know nothing about sapphires. I'm gonna be honest. I love prospecting. The idea of finding a treasure like this is awesome, but I don't know nothing about them. I'm still learning, should I say. Don't know nothing. There's one. God, they stand out after a while. Yeah, boy. That's sweet. Now, both Sarah and Rodney, they were the kindest, most generous hosts. They were so good. And if there's anything you could do to help support them, it would be to jump over to the GEMFEST Facebook page, their social media, and just give them a like, follow them, engage with their content, because this is an event that I really want to see grow. It was the nicest event I've ever been to. And it's been held in this little mining town in the middle of nowhere, right? Did I just... No, that's just a bit of broken ironstone. That's okay. And for those of you who may or may not have joined the stream, if I've got literally anyone watching at this point, I can't see chat. I don't know what's going on in there. I'm just hoping my moderators are doing their bit and making sure that no weirdos are in there. So if I don't reply to you, that's why. I'm solely focused on rocks right now. Far out, there's a lot of sapphires in there, eh? There's one. That's got to be one. Yep. Raw sapphires. Man, that's cool. I'm going to have to buy some cutting equipment. There's another one. Ah! Oh, that's neato. That's real neat. So I'm fairly certain that I'm going to have to go back through all of this at some point. See that? I keep looking at that, but I'm pretty sure that's iron. Damn, where's the magnet? Okay, so it's not very magnetic ironstone. Those bits are. But that's not. That's just shiny. I don't know what that is. I'm fairly certain that's iron. Some version of iron. That doesn't look like this. Like there's no it's different. It's got luster, but it's different, right? So I don't think so. Anyway, the paranoia of missing something, I will go back through this bag again. Iron. I just realized now that I'm not really looking at the big rocks, and I probably should be looking at the big rocks. I don't think there's any in there. Moving right along. What? Not iron. Now, we are expecting some pretty major thunderstorms coming through here today, so if we drop reception or the stream goes screwy, that's what's happening. There's one. There's one. Yeah! Look at that. Oh, that's a neat one. They're so cold to touch too. They're really icy. Literal pile of gemstones over here. Neat. $40. I should have bought more. I should have bought more. This is too much fun. Is that one? No, that's iron. It's definitely iron. Got to get my iron for this. I got to go back up next year and do it again. like a piece of unwashed. Is that unwashed or is that granite? No, it's definitely a rock. Wow. Steve would call this seriously effed up. It looks, that's weird, but that's just, I've not seen a rock look like that before. It's clearly volcanic. Hmm. Don't know. I'll put it aside. I've got plenty of rocks in my life. I probably don't need to keep a strange looking rock. He says as he washes like a $100,000 sapphire into his tailings. I'm going to need a bigger pan. I've filled it up. Out of 10 would recommend these. I don't know if Sarah and Rodney actually see this and they wanna they should absolutely put these pay dirt bags up for sale for GEMFEST, so they can help fund it next year, because this is a lot of fun. This is a bag I've already gone through too. Like, I've already done the first lot with Rodney, so I don't think there ain't. Oh no, I told a lie. Now, there are a lot of zircons and stuff up there, so there's a really good chance that some of these are going to be zircons. I don't know what that is. No idea. That may or may not be a sapphire. I'm going to go with it is, because it's meant to be a sapphire gem bag, but I know that things like zircons come out with their cons quite regularly. That's cool. That's the clearest one I've got so far. Nice, I almost threw that all back in. I shall go through this again very carefully. I feel like a goblin hunting for treasure. Is that one? Far out, I don't know, man. That's got the right kind of crust to it, that's for sure. It feels cold. I reckon that's one. It doesn't look like any of these other ones down here. I'm going with yes. I'll read the comments later and all the sapphire miners can be yelling at me. I think I need a bigger pan. Oh, I'm so paranoid about this one because I missed that little one. Whatever. Send it back to the gods, Chris. We're almost there. I reckon we got maybe one. Oh, that's a very greedy pour, Chris. Oh, it's like a greedy pan. It's not good. You don't want to be doing greedy ones. There's one. Is it? Yes. Yes. Yeah. No. Maybe. Yes. No, it is. Is it? Oh, question mark. Straight away. It kind of vaguely looks like ironstone, but it's got the right luster to it. I hate being colorblind. I'm going to go with yes. Oh, it doesn't have that cold feel to it, but I don't know. I'll just put it down there. I don't know. Stop yelling at me. Oh, that one's. I don't know again. No, that looks like ironstone. It's got those bubbles in it. Is that right? It hasn't got that glassy texture to it. How's that? Mining for sapphires in Victoria. In your garage. Hey, what's that? Nope, just a bit of crap. Cool bit of crap, but a bit of crap, I'm pretty sure. I think. Yes, bit of crap. Definitely iron. What's that? It's nothing. Man, Mick, if you're watching, you would spend years doing this. There's too much to look at. Hey, there we go. I got one. They do stand out. You just got to not doubt yourself. That's cool. It's very, very cool. The sieving takes such skill. I've been practicing it here and I've gotten a lot better since that Facebook post. I've been doing it for garnets in the local area and I've had some actually pretty good success so far with it, but it is it is certainly a skill like panning. It takes time for you to learn it. There's a technique to it for sure. There's one. Oh, I almost missed that. Look at that. It's only little. That's cool. Look how reflective that face is. He wasn't lying. I missed a ton. He's like, oh, they should all be in the middle, but yours are not. So, so here we are, recovering what I lost. All right. I think it'll be a greedy pour. Nah, we're not going to do all of it because it really would be a greedy pour. Yeah. And these are all the really small rocks by the looks of it. So we spent a little bit of extra time going through them. Get out of it. You wanted me a gemstone so bad. Try going back in the ground and growing into something that is gemmy. Yay! It's another one. That's neat. God, this is neat. That's so cool. In these bags, they were also giving cut stones out. I don't think I've got it in here with me, but they were giving 25 of these 100 bags that they had a cut sapphire in it. And I actually got one on the live stream. This actual bag where all these have come out. I got a beautiful little cut one. And I swear to God, I closed my eyes and I pointed in the trailer and then I went and picked one up. You can only see my hand pointing in the camera though. I was just so lucky to get that. It's really nice to own a faceted gem. Someone spent some real serious time on that. I think I can see another one. But having someone spend some time to do that for the event, yes, it is, was cool too. So, 25 people got to walk away with a beautiful cut faceted sapphire. Look at that. And it's very hard to show you that they are clear, like not completely, but they've got some translucency to them, which is cool. Quartz. Quartz. That had me going there for a second. That flat, shiny face. It's just a piece of iron, though. Well-worn iron. The little ones are where I really expect them to be. I know that when I make my pay dirt up, I make sure that I give a good mix of fine gold and chunky gold when I can, because the challenge is panning out the fine gold, which would be the equivalent of finding the little gems in these rocks. But the excitement's getting a big one. So it's a nice balance. And I know that these are meant to be real cons, so they've added extra gems into the cons. There we go. Look at that. To guarantee that people get sapphires, you're spending your money on it. Look at the pile of gems we got going on. Yeah, just bend closer and look. Is that one? It is. Oh, I almost missed that. On my angle, it was still really dirty down in that ironstone and I couldn't see it. This is harder than gold, for sure. In terms of, it's easier to miss it. Gold stands out, and it sits in the same spot at the bottom of your pan. Look at that. Another one. So we've got heaps of little ones. That's cool. That's nice. It's nice to get those little ones, for sure. I'll line them all up at the end. I'm just going to, you got to pay attention to what I'm doing. Making sure that there weren't any hiding amongst the rest of it. No. I really do need a bigger pan because we have filled it up. And for those who are interested, I also have 2 nugget wash pay dirt bags left. Only 2. So if you want a nugget rush bag, you got to be the first in, because they're very hard to produce and very hard to get enough nuggets to actually make. got dirt and fines in this one. I try and spread it out a little bit more. And we'll start up this end. You would imagine that classifying this would have been the smarter way to go. Oh my, is that one? Is that one? Oh, no, that's not growing the same. That's got breakage and shiny. That is iron. That knobbly one. That's fun. I mean, it's nothing special, but it just looks interesting. It's got pimples. It's like a Harry Potter rock. Something from their botany classes. Oh, this rock, if you get the pimple pass on it, you'll turn to stone. I grew up in that generation, yes. Judge me if you want. Is... Nope, iron. There's these iron ones that... I know they're iron, even though they're not magnetic, and they just have that same shine to them, which is what I'm relying on to manage to actually see them, given that, you know, I can't see the colors. All these small ones, eh? Got to look carefully. Aha! Ah ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Look at that! The little one, I like the little ones. The little ones are cool. I like the translucent ones the best though. The ones that you can see clean through, they're definitely my favorite. Big or small. Is that another one? It is. There we go. Another one. Look at that. That luster is hard to like, it's hard to miss that luster. But I'm definitely making the mistake of thinking that the shine from the ironstone is the same. Another one. Man, did I miss some. Holy crap, he was not joking that I did a terrible job. My sieving has a lot to improve on. Oh no, I dropped it. That's almost a crystal, like as in like a point. I saw that and I immediately thought of these. How you know, smoky quartz point like that grows. See the similarities in there. You got the faces and whatnot. That's kind of neat to have. Oh, I see a translucent one. Yeah, of course, the last of the bag's the best. Look at that. That's cool. That's real cool. I'm trying to just stay up and down in a line so that I go through all of it. Aha. Aha ha ha ha. And that's why. Another translucent one. Look at that. So again, these could be zircons as well. I know it's like a wash. There are going to be other gemstones in here. Possibly. I just know that they absolutely added in a percentage of sapphire. For this pay dirt. Hey, there's another one. We got there in the end. And it looks like that is it. It looks like that's it. Again, I'll probably have to go back through this because I'm sure I would have missed something at some point. Let me just see. I have got far too many pans full of crap. All right. The first thing we've got to do is get some scales, some branding on those scales. I already gave away several rocks, right? So we've only got grams and grains on this, so we're going to go with grams. With the rocks I gave away, I think we could safely assume that there was 20 grams worth of sapphires in there. You times that by 5 to get your carat weight, which is 100 carats worth of rocks. So there's 100 carats worth of rocks that I've recovered from that one bag, and I've got another lot to go through the funsies off camera. Look at that. That's fun. That is super fun. Oh, I'm in love with that. I'm going to turn the light on just see if it makes any difference. If we can see, oh, plug it in, Chris. If we can see any translucency through it. Some of them, yeah. So that's good. That's what I wanted to show, was that some of these actually have a level of very obvious clarity without getting a light in and behind them. That one does too. So those just there, they're really cool. I wish I could adjust the brightness for you to show you properly, but that one, you can see the light coming through it. Same with that one. Man, that's neat. And so like these ones also have it. It's just you need a brighter light behind it to really be able to pick it up. That's cool. Look how big that one is. Super neat. Well, there we go. That is that is from the GEMFEST pay dirt bags. I really hope they make them available throughout the year so that people can have a crack, so they can raise money to make next year's event bigger and better. But for now, the ones that I've got on my website, I want to go through one of them, which is this here, so that we can raise some money for Integra service dogs. Turn this off, probably move it out of the way because we've got water. That would be the smart thing to do, wouldn't it, Chris? Yes. Now, give me a second. I've got to try and attempt to find my tweezers. These things. We're going to go through this. Now, this is the pay dirt wash that I've got on my website. This is what they look like. That's how much you get. So this is in the pan. That's what it looks like when you empty one of these bags out. You'll get roughly this much. This is probably, I had one bag left that wasn't quite full, so I emptied that one into here for it. Now, this one comes from the Betteridge mine. Again, the deals and stuff that I've done are not any kind of set in stone thing. They were very generous. They were able to give me some of this wash to look through and use. And that's what we're going to go through today. And the sales of them, the profit, the cream on top, is going to be taken and given to Integra service dogs. I think that is the most honorable way that I can sort of repay the generosity from Betteridge on this case. And in the meantime, I'm talking to several sapphire miners about dirt just like this to be able to provide a product where you get to do exactly the same thing that I just did, but at a reasonably affordable rate. What we're going to do, I think, is we're just going to look. We're just going to, like, we could sieve this, but you can see all the black sand and whatnot. This is concentrate, so I'm not 100% certain that sieving would be the best way to do it. I think we're going to have to pick through it a little bit. Yeah, we're going to go through that. See, what's really interesting to me is some of the heavies that are associated with this. Like, just really interesting colors, textures. I wonder if any of this is magnetic, actually. Let's find out. Oh, yeah. All right, straight away. That's definitely going to help us if we can get rid of the magnetics. Holy crap. When you're dealing with magnetics, particularly with gold, you do not ever think that your magnets only picked up the magnetics, right? Because when it comes up off the bottom, it'll absolutely grab things along the way. So we always want to take it all back off in one spot, flatten it out a little bit. So all our magnetics are in this area here. And then with water covering it, put the magnet down and then recollect. And that helps shed off all the stuff that isn't magnetic that was picked up by the magnetics as they lifted. Look at that. I'm guessing some of that, by the looks of it, is probably off their tooling. So their machines that they've used to wash it or to carry it out or whatever it might be. That's what that looks like to me. There is definitely ironstone in there. I'm not seeing anything else that's particularly interesting that stands out. So we will just move that off into a separate pan. So we don't even need to do that because we're not worried about that right now, are we? All right, that has definitely reduced our cons somewhat. Oh, straight away. Okay. We need one of these. So this is our GEMFEST pay dirt, and this is the little bag of slobber bag stuff. Let's have a look at what we get from this. Now, this is going to be a true mix, right? Some of these may be sapphires, but you're probably more looking at having your zircons, I'm guessing garnets, things of that nature. So let's just get picking straight away. That's a big one. That's a real big one. I could spend... Oh, look at them all in that corner. We might be here for a while. Well, I don't know why I turned into a Southern Texan then, but... Well, that's probably not even right. But that didn't sound like Texan, did it? That sounded more like a Louisiana kind of voice. There, neat. Real neat. I'm going to just look at the chat for a second. Hey, we've got Gadsy in the house. What's going on? If you know what these are, if they're not sapphire, like if they are zircon, can you put in the comments what they are and how you know by visually just looking at them? That way we can all at least learn together about what the hell's going on in this pen right now. And I will read over them later. Oh, there's so many. This is from like 3/4 of a full bag. Look at that one. Look at the size of that. Shiny rocks are fun. I like shiny rocks. There's no way I'm going to be able to pick all them out. Look at that. It's just all through it. And the problem with me being colorblind like I am is that if there are dark red ones, I literally will not see them. They'll look brown to me and I will probably ignore them. Not intentionally, but that's what will happen. That's a good one. It's hard to actually see how nice that one is. Very interesting. I never thought I'd be doing this. Just hanging out in my shed with a bunch of people picking gemstones out of dirt. Because why not? It almost looks like broken beer glass. That's a little red one. I'm pretty sure it's a little red one. I think that's a little red one. Can chat confirm? Because, oh no, no! I squeezed it too hard and it shot somewhere. Yeah, I've lost it to the shed. Oh, well, you know, whatever. So most of the gems that I'm going to pull out are probably not going to be the red ones. They're going to be the see, that to me I thought maybe was red, but that's clearly not red because it's not translucent and it's in a gem wash. Most of them are going to be see-through or yellow because they're two colors that I can see natively. You are definitely going to be able to see more on camera than what I can see. This is why I'm a gold prospector, because I can see the color yellow. I could just feel people in the chat like, pick up the red one, the big one you just missed. Oh man, I could be here for freaking hours doing this. There's so many small ones. I'm just trying to pick out some of the larger bits that are in there. Oh, that's a creamy one. Oh, very nice. I'll show you a close-up of this at the end too. All right, there are literally dozens and dozens and dozens of small ones, half, quarter the size of that. We're not going to go through all that. I would be here for a very long time. So instead, I'll just show you. I'll just show you. So that's what we just picked out. Now I'm assuming most of them are probably going to be like zircons and whatnot, but I know this is from a sapphire wash. I'm pretty sure that's one there. I'm fairly certain because that's got the same sort of crystal structure as the ones we pulled out from this pay dirt bag over here. So that is unreal. Look at that. Gems, you want some gemstones? Far out. Let's turn that camera around. Oh, there we go. What's going on, everyone? Finally get to look at the chat. Now I'll bring it up. So live chat, all messages are visible. Hey, Gabby Vella. What's going on? You're in BC. Must be late there. Jeez. Gadsy, uncut jams. I know, right? I'm going to open up the chat. If you've got questions and you want answers, I will spend the next little bit just doing that. And yeah, I'll try my best to answer them. Gem fossicking is new to me. So as in the same level of understanding I have for gold, I do not possess for gems. I understand the principles behind it from what I've been shown, but that's about it. So I'll do my best. Yeah, Entity 13, there I am. Mickey B, what's up, man? Kathleen, Las Vegas. What time is it in Vegas right now? It never sleeps, so it doesn't really matter, right? Mark, what's going on? Mark was one of the gentlemen that attended one of my How to Find Gold courses. Hope you did enjoy that, Mark. Bob, Royal Children's Hospital. That's never fun being there, mate. I've had a family member spend a lot of their life in and out of that. Debbie, yay. So my admins were here doing their hard, diligent work. Hopefully not too many people got booted. I actually see we got a $15 super chat by the looks of it. Thank you to whoever donated that. I appreciate that. That goes a long way to helping the channel grow for sure. Come to SoCal. Yeah, look, I would love to come over to California and do some gold prospecting, but logistically, it's quite expensive. It's super expensive. The Maybus, I do have a post office box. It's hopefully you've got a pen and paper ready. It's PO Box 292, Wodonga, Victoria, Australia, 3689. That is where you can send stuff into the channel. Sometimes I open them on camera, sometimes I don't. It highly depends on what's going on, because we're quite busy running the back end of the old moldy and whatnot. Yeah, so if you guys want to have an opportunity to get your hands on some of those, the little ones, jump over and grab those gemstone pay dirt bags. We'll be raising about $100, I think, for Integra service dogs once we get through all of them, which is a really nice thing to do, because Fern coming with me up to Queensland was one of the only reasons that I was able to get up there without losing my mind. Yeah. Chris, you still owe us a 1 ounce nugget. Mate, if I could find more than like specs, I would be extremely happy. Be very freaking happy. Yeah, Trev, we haven't had a mail opening in so long. It's logistically actually quite difficult for me at the moment to be doing those kind of videos. Unfortunately,
it's one of those things, life gets in the way, and then a lot of things get forgotten or left by the wayside. I've tried over on Spud Engineering to keep up with the mail that comes in and show some of the stuff that has been given to the channel and whatnot. And you guys as a community as a whole have been amazing. The stuff that you are producing, the stuff you're finding is, yeah, it's awesome. Can we trade weather yet? It's raining here, so if you like rain, no, because I like rain too, so I want to keep it. I want to keep my rain. I enjoy it. I like drizzling. Oh, love it. All right. I think I'm going to leave it there. I've just realized I've been streaming for an hour. My voice is starting to go. Why do you guys have a ban against using sluice boxes? Actually, that's one we are going to answer before I go. There you go. We don't. That's the short answer. Here in Victoria, we are allowed to use high bankers, trommels, everything except for dredges. And the only reason we're not allowed to use dredges is because in our laws in Victoria, you're not allowed to mechanically excavate. So you're not allowed to use like a bobcat, an excavator, anything like that to move dirt to your sluice box. But a dredge falls under that same category because it is using a pump to create a suction to move dirt to your sluice box. We're allowed to use sluice boxes, but it varies from state to state. So in New South Wales, you're not allowed to use them at all. In Queensland, you are allowed to use them as long as they're not operated by a mechanical pump. So you're not delivering water to your system by a pump that's powered by petrol or electricity. And then there are various laws with other states and whatnot. And so we are allowed to use them. It's just we're not allowed to use them. I thought that was a sapphire that I just dropped there. So you are allowed to use them, but it varies state to state on how you can use them. So that's the gist of it with them. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to dredge. I would love to be able to dredge. That would be the nicest thing ever. I've got creeks that are packed full of gold and a lot of overburden. And I reckon the dredge would make light work of it. Anthony Nugent, holy crap, thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. That's amazing. $10 super chat. Thank you. That's very generous of you. It's it. My community is the best. You guys are the most generous people that I have ever had the pleasure of getting to know and meet on a personal level from right across the world. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I'm going to leave it there because my voice is shot now. Definitely not a professional talker in front of people. Just talk a lot of crap. All right, guys, have a great week. I hope you enjoy some wet or warm weather wherever you are. And again, pay-dirt bags for the gemstones are available right now. And I will be posting more on this and my sapphire hunting trip in the next couple of weeks. So you'll be able to see those videos up on YouTube real soon. Hit that X button and goodbye. Bye.